Hi. I'm working at manifesting greater financial abundance, but I keep getting caught up in where does it come from? And I can't quite get vibrationally there.
Well, where does your abundance come from? Have you checked out your gross national product? Have you pinpointed where it comes? Actually, what it is, there is this pipeline that pipes it in from other planets. No, that's wrong. It is all in the earth, and they are digging it up and mining it. No, it's not that way.
It's just like my challenge to get vibrationally there. It's like I just get stuck.
Well, maybe this will help you. When you speak of abundance, are you talking about abundance of dollars?
Yeah, to pay off taxes.
The abundance of dollars comes from the same stream that clarity comes, from the same stream that physical wellness, that stamina comes. It comes from the place that enthusiasm comes. It isn't a pile of physical manifestation. It is energy that's being exchanged. And that's why we're teasing a little bit, because as you look at a population, maybe of this nation a few hundred years ago, when the population was different than it is now, and the way that you were living and the things that you were asking for was less, it wasn't that those people, and there were many, many, many people on this continent a few hundred years ago. Most people do not realize how many there were. There were many, many, many people here. But what they were asking for in terms of day-to-day sustenance and desire was very different from what you're asking for now. You see, what happens is, as you are born into this environment, here you are out here on the leading edge, and fortunately, there is a platform of humanity that got here before you, who have come to their place of wanting and deciding. And so, as you join them, and you join their lifestyle, so to speak, you find a sort of standard that you just expect. Just like your children today expect their own automobile, while you may not have, or you all expect to have several televisions in your house, or many computers, where a short time ago you did not. The standard of what you expect continues to evolve. And that expectation is that asking. It's that asking the source is always able to satisfy. So we think that the reason that most people are confused about where the source comes from, or what is the source of what they are asking for, is not because you do not have ample evidence in your life that when you ask it is given. We think it is that you have so much evidence that you practice that says, well, I ask and it may be given, but it takes a long time to show up. So people get in the habit of expressing what is more than they express what they are desiring. They talk about where they are in an attempt to justify something changing, not realizing that all of the time that they are trying to justify wanting it different, they are instead escalating a vibration that serves as resistance rather than allowing to what they are wanting. So we say to you that source expands proportionately to the desire. That's why, here, maybe you'll hear this easily. When we talk about you being leading edge extensions of source energy, and we talk about how the contrast causes you to give birth to desire, and each desire or preference is a summoning of source. It is the summoning of that which you are asking for. And today, the energy stream is moving faster than we've ever seen it before, because more of you are asking more pointedly, more succinctly, and more often than ever before. So when you get the sense that that current is coming in response to asking, and you don't try to pinpoint what is in the current, because what is in the current is wellness, it's clarity, it's abundance, it's new ideas, it's ideas for new inventions, it's stamina, it's stability, it's life force, it's everything that you want. Everything that you want comes in that electrical current. And then law of attraction matches the electrical currents, and manifestation is as a result of that. So as you say, I want more dollars in my experience, but I have not enough dollars, you're saying, I want this thing that I do not have, and your vibration is not in a place where you can see the evidence of dollars. And if you keep that up, and you look at other people receiving dollars, and you keep noting that you don't have enough, before you know it, you start making statements of fact. You say, there are not enough dollars. And then you get very creative. You try to explain why, well, there are plenty of dollars, but they're getting more than their fair share. Then your government says, well, let's even this out a little bit. We'll take, that's what you're talking about, taxes. We'll take the dollars from those who have more, and we will provide things for those who have less. And what you begin to notice is that no matter how many dollars you take from those who have more, they keep getting more. And no matter how many dollars you give to those who have less, they keep having not enough. You cannot give those who have decided they have not enough, enough. And you cannot take enough from those who have discovered that there is an endless flow of dollars to ever empty their pot. In other words, you're never going to be able to even this thing out, because it's not about the correctness of dollars moving around. It's about vibrational allowing of abundance to flow. We think it's interesting that your government has not yet reached the point, although it would not surprise us if they attempt it someday soon, of lining you all up and saying, you've been healthy for too long. You're using up too much of the health. We want you to be sick for a while, because there are people who have been sick all of their life who deserve to be well. And so those of you who have been well, we want you to give 37% of your wellness to this pot, and we will manage it, and then we will give out the wellness. And you say, if they could do it, they would do it, but they can't do it. And they can't do it with money either, you see. And so when you feel that you are being wrongfully robbed, then you hold yourself in a vibration where you don't let the abundance flow. We were visiting with a man one day who had an ex-wife who kept going to the court and petitioning for more money, which was very unsettling to him. It felt to him like he makes more money and then she would take more of it, and then he would make more money and then she would take more of it. And he had another family that he was wanting to support. And we said to him, and we really meant it, we wish for you 10 ex-wives. He was shocked. 10 ex-wives would be a terrible financial drain. And we said, if you had 10 ex-wives drawing money through you, there'd be a lot more money flowing through you. And they only get half. So you'd be a whole lot better off. Now think of it in that way. In other words, when you realize that whatever is being asked for is always being given, and that the only bugaboo has ever been your resistance, you see, then you realize it's just in and out, 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 in and out. Just relax and allow the universe to reward you in the way you deserve.
So how do you lower your resistance? Like, it's kind of ingrained.
Well, it's harder to do at tax time than at other times. And it's harder to do while you're doing your taxes. But as we said to our friend relative to relationship, or as we say to anyone relative to any issue, get off the issue and find things to savor. Get off the issues that bother you and focus upon issues that don't bother you. That's the answer. You cannot stay fixated on an issue that bothers you and solve anything, because you just escalate the resistance and hold yourself into the place where you don't allow well-being to flow. You could have 10 issues in your life, 9 of them issues that bother you, 1 of them an issue that pleases you. And if you would focus upon the one issue that pleases you, the other 9 would follow suit. Just like you can have 10 issues in your life, 9 things going well and 1 thing that bothers you, and you focus upon the one thing that bothers you, and pretty soon it bleeds over into all aspects of your life. Because your life is about how you feel, and how you feel is about the issue that you choose to focus upon, you see. You can't take some issue like taxes that have these long tentacles of injustice and unfairness, and what are they doing with the money, and they're not managing it very well, and they're using it for things that I wouldn't use it for, and they're taking more than their fair share. Esther will say, a motor coach for me, a motor coach for them. A nice meal out for me, a nice meal out for them. And in time, as she begins to realize that there's no shortage on what she is wanting, in other words, anything that she wants will come, so who cares if someone else is benefiting by her abundance? In other words, as you get into the feeling of your abundance rather than your shortage, then the abundance just continues to expand. The resources of this universe are infinite, and its ability to deliver to you what you are asking for are unlimited. You just got to chill out a little bit and not try to justify where you stand so much, and take pleasure in the well-being that is yours on so many fronts, you see. You're doing very well.